It's time for another shaver battle, this time between the Panasonic ARC 5 and the Philips Norelco 9800. Here's how the video is going to go. I'm going to tell you a little of the similarities between the two. Then I'm actually going to use each one to shave half of my face. And at the end, I will kind of tell you my thoughts on what I think at the end. So first of all, let's start out with some of the similarities between these shavers. Both of them have a sideburn trimmer attached right to the back of them. Also, they both come with a case for them if you need that, and you can get configurations with both of them that have a cleaning stand with them. But that's the similarity. The big difference is the Philips Norelco 9800 is a rotary shaver, meaning it's got the round circular cutting blade system. The Panasonic ARC 5, there you go, it has foil shavers, and it's got five of those cutting surfaces going across there. But that's a little bit about the similarities and differences there. Now let's actually get to the shaving with them, because that's really the performance that we care about. So I'm going to use the Panasonic ARC 5 to shave this side of my face, and I'm going to use the Philips Norelco 9800 to shave this side. I think I'm going to start with the Panasonic. So let me put down the Philips Norelco, and a little bit before you get started, it does show you how much power is on the front there on your Panasonic. Give you sort of the all full look around. But let me get started shaving here. This is not my first time using either of these shavers. It is my first time doing a head-to-head shaver battle comparison with them. But I think the Panasonic, when you shave with it, I think it feels quite comfortable on there. And here I was going to pause for just a little bit to tell you a little bit about my shaving style and face and hair growth. I'm not a person with a really heavy beard. As you can see, you can look at me. It's probably been 3 days since my last shave. So it's my hair is pretty light colored, and it doesn't grow super fast. So I just kind of want to point that out, because sometimes people want to know, because some people have the really fast growing beards, and some people have, less fast growing beards. But I'm going to try to get just half of my chin and half of my face here. It's always kind of fun to shave half of my face. Don't worry, I'll stop halfway through this so that we can get a look at half of me shaved. Alright, so I think we're done with this half of my face with the Panasonic ARC 5. It's always interesting when I do the shaver battles. The foil shavers like this, you can shave up and down. It makes it a little bit easier to get half of your face. When you get to the rotary shaver, you want to spin that one more in a circle, and it's kind of harder to get right along the line there. But anyhow, let me feel this. Yes, the Panasonic does a good job. Maybe I could have done a little bit better along my neck down here, and right underneath my cheekbone. So there we go. I think that feels pretty good, the Panasonic. I do think the Panasonic did real good around the lips. It feels nice and smooth there. So that's the Panasonic. Now let's get the Philips Norelco 9800 out here. And I wanted to highlight a couple of features, but I'm going to get started shaving first here. You can easily notice there are some lights going on the shaver here. So let me stop and tell you a little bit about these lights. Right around here, they do have lights on them. It is blue initially, then when you start shaving, it changes to green if you are using the correct amount of pressure. If I push too hard, it turns a little white or red. Actually, let me press down and look. It's more of a yellow color, sort of yellow caution, telling you you're applying too much pressure and you need to be a little bit more gentle. So you probably want it to be green. I think it's nice to have the light there. It helps you, know if you're applying the appropriate amount of pressure or not. One of the areas where I think the Philips Norelco 9800 really does a pretty good job is around your cheekbone because of the flexibility of the top of the shaver there, and the whole head flexes back and forth as well. I think it does a real good job of getting, well, I was pushing a little too hard there, real good job of getting around the cheekbone there, so it does a good job with that. I'm going to see if I can get up around my chin and underneath my lips here. See, it's a little bit harder to follow a straight line down half of your face. One of the areas where I'm not as comfortable with the Philips Norelco shavers is getting between your upper lip and underneath your nose. And even on this one right here on the top of it, there's this sort of wet, dry nodule there, so I often have to turn and try to do that to get underneath the nose and above the lip there. But when you work at it and you practice at it a little bit, you'll get it. Another thing I wanted to highlight about the Philips Norelco 9800, it does have an app that you can connect to the shaver. I believe it's a Bluetooth app on it, and then it can connect and it can follow along, and it tells you whether you're shaving too hard or for too long or for too short. It'll also probably tell you to make sure you shave in a circular motion with it, because rotary shaver likes that. I wanted to see if you could see the front of this, and here I'll finish up my shaving and then I'll show you the front of the razor and the front of the shaver a little bit here, because it's giving me an indication that I need to use the cleaning station on it. Alright, so let me turn it off and let me see if this is going to show up on the front of it again. Maybe not. You can see the front screen right there telling me 65%. There was, last time I stopped it, there was a little screen that came up and it looked like a picture of putting your shaver in upside down into the cleaning station. So it's probably time to send this one through the cleaning station. Alright, so let me feel this. I use the Philips Norelco over here. Oh, maybe get a little bit more up on, right by the ear there. So there we go. I do think the Philips Norelco does feel really close, really good shave. Here, maybe that's right along the edge, right here. Oh yeah. So that is the Philips Norelco 9800 on that side, and here is the Panasonic on this side. Let me set those both down. I gotta kind of feel this one to see how it's going and how it's feeling here. Maybe I think the Philips Norelco feels a little bit closer of a shave here. They both feel really pretty nice here. And so here's going to be my take on this. See, I've used them both before, and I know this, and maybe this is swaying my decision one way or the other. I would say in the past, having never done a head-to-head shaver battle to these, I typically choose the Panasonic ARC 5. If I just have my shaver sitting on the shelf, if I'm going to shave, not making a video or anything, I typically grab the Panasonic ARC 5. And here's why I do that, because I think my face responds to a foil shaver just a little bit better than the rotary shaver. And so when I use the Panasonic ARC 5, I feel like a couple hours later I'm going to have less irritation on my face. Neither of these are going to leave you with really bad razor burn or nasty irritation of any sort. But I just think the foil shavers, at least with my face and my complexion, seem to leave me with a little bit less irritation afterwards. But I'm feeling it this way, and I really think the Philips Norelco 9800, it is closer of a shave than the Panasonic ARC 5 there. And so I'm now wondering if I maybe need to rethink which of the shavers I would use. I will also say when you stick with the shaver, you have to use it a couple of weeks consistently to get your face comfortable to that. And I think I typically use foil shavers more often. But I don't know what I gotta pick here for in the past I've always picked this one. Now that I've done the head-to-head shaver battle, I think the Philips Norelco 9800 is probably going to win out here because I think it just feels smoother and closer of a shave than the Panasonic ARC 5 was. So that's going to be my final verdict here. I'm going to go with the Philips Norelco 9800 here, and I know it is a little bit more expensive than the Panasonic ARC 5, but I think it's going to leave you with a closer shave here. So there we have it. That is my winner for this one. Thanks for watching and have a great day.